Maybe the hair, but that's it.
Okay. Just try and give a answer.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you believe is the American dream? A few sentences, maybe.
I think today's American dream is a little bit different than what it was when I was younger. I think the American dream for younger people today is they want to make money, they want to own nice things, they want to have as good or better of a life than their parents or their family has. And for the most part, I think they want an education, a higher education, not necessarily like a public school education, but something, a higher education, a college education. It's almost a given these days that that's what happens.
What was it like when you were a kid?
I think it was, if we were going to do better than our parents did, that was like the goal for our parents, was for us to do better than they did. So the money wasn't as big of an issue. The materialistic part of it wasn't as big of an issue. But I see that a lot today. Is the materialism has, and I'm guilty of it myself, But 20 years ago, I don't think it was quite as prevalent.
Okay, good answer. 2, what is your view on Barack Obama's presidency?
That's a tough one. He came in at a tough time. With, the economy was already slipping when he started. He's working. Everything he's doing right now, everything's going against him. So I want to believe that he can make a change, make a difference, and have things, go well for him. I think so many people are not necessarily against his policies, but I think they're so disheartened by what's been going on with the economy and everything else that they're just negative about everything. So with all this all these healthcare issues and all of that going on right now, everybody's, upset about other things, so they don't want to believe in him for the things that he's trying to put forth now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If you could change anything about America, what would it be and why? It's a broad question. You might
It is.
think maybe for a sec.
I think the reliance on everything media is one thing I would change. I hate the fact that we are so voyeuristic. Everything we do involves watching other people and what they're doing and either making fun of them or wishing to be them, or everything has to do with popular people or superstars, or everything centers around them. Everything we do, all of the media, it's either movie stars or it's death and destruction. That's all we see on TV. And so I think if that were one thing I could change, that would be one of the biggest things, because I think that's hard for younger kids to understand when they grow up seeing that, and it's constant. Look at the reality TV now. Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame, and I wish that part could be changed. I don't know how I'd do it, but I just wish that part would be changed.
Okay, that's the first 3. There's 2 more questions.
Okay.
What do you fear most about America? Yeah.
Probably the materialism, because I think that's going to get us in trouble. I think it's already gotten us in trouble. I think that's why the economy is kind of the way it is because we just felt like nothing can hurt us. Nothing can happen. Everything's great. The whole housing market, the housing bubble burst, and now everybody, you've got these people who have crazy mortgages that, they can't afford now because either, one of them's lost their job or something's happened where they've completely outspent what they really had to spend, and now they're seeing the other side of that. So, yeah, I think the materialism is what I fear the most because I think that's what's kind of happened to us.
Did you see Fight Club?
Only pieces of it. Not
it's kind of about
much.
that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not. I don't like it that much, but that's what it's about. All right, good answer. And what are 5 images that you see when you hear the word America?
Well, the first one that comes to mind, simply because we've talked about the American dream, is apple pie. That was always like instilled in me that makes me sound really old, but for some reason that's that. The flag is another one. A dollar sign is another one. Oh, let's see.
America.
I see, two things in my head. I see us as a superpower. I don't know what picture that is, what image that is, but just kind of like almost like a cartoonish image of the United States, we're all cool. But then I also see my last picture would probably be the people that hasn't come to yet. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily third world countries, but people who don't have it as good as a lot of people in the
Americans?
United States. Yeah. Well, Americans and people in other countries, both. So I don't know what image that is, but you just see it in your head. Like
yeah.
Well, the less fortunate, I guess. How about that?
Ending on a real note,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Was that 5? Let me see. And I think we did 4. What do you think the last one? What do you think the average American cares about most? It's gonna be like
money.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of the gist of my whole thing. Yeah, I think it's getting ahead. Maybe not money, but getting ahead.
Yeah. So like the American dream.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so we're done. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Can I write down your name?
Oh, sure.
Mrs. or Miss or something. Actually,
Mrs.
maybe you could write it. Yeah, now I don't have to write it down. That was 8 minutes.